Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be introducing the Hemlock and Oak planner. This is one of my favorite planners that I've used this year in 2021, and I'm excited for 2022 to start so I can get into this planner. I followed the company Hemlock and Oak back in 2020 when they were doing their Kickstarter. I had actually found them through Reddit. Immediately fell in love with the whole concept of some value-based planning, and now I'm very excited that they had such an incredible and successful first year, and they're going to improve their product for next year. So I'm excited to unravel this and see what the new changes are. So you can see here they're incredibly thoughtful that they wrote every customer's name on little thank you cards. I mean, these are the little things, right? When you order from a small business, they put in that extra effort to make you feel special. And as you can see here, the founder's name is Tia. You can follow them on Hemlock and Oak on Instagram for updates. And it's just great how eco-friendly she wants to have for her standards for making the planner. There's so many planner companies out there. Every month or so there's a new one coming out. I love learning about new planners, but this is one that really stands out to me, and it's really the little things. Just look how thoughtfully it's wrapped. It's not just shoved in a box or in a little plastic bubble mailer and just shipped out to you. It was just very, very beautiful. And if you follow her, you can see her entire process for organizing and planning and making the boxes, spray painting. I mean, it's just very, very special. You feel special when you receive it and you're excited. There's recycling instructions. Everything here is recyclable. And again, thank you, Phyllis. I mean, just so wonderful that they put in that extra effort. And they tell you can recycle these stickers that I've received. So these are tabs that you can put on your planner. I did order a neutral, so it's nice that I have some neutral tabs. Here is beautiful, high quality stickers. It has some weight to it, which is really nice. And this is just really nice. You can put this on a spread, pastels. You can mark it with a box and then write it in. Just really beautiful, simple, minimalist, and eco-friendly. So, I mean, what else can you ask for from a fellow stationery fanatic? So let's get into opening this beautiful planner. Let's see what it says. I'm just trying to see what it says here because it looks like it's painted on. It has some texture on it, which is really cool. It says, ground you in everlasting goodness. Wow. Space and rest. What gives you energy? I mean, just beautiful, beautiful font, writing. Very special. I feel special when I receive it, and I almost don't want to tear it open because it's so beautiful, but let's get to it. Just don't want to tear it because it looks so nice, but I have to. Maybe I can reuse this wrapping for Christmas gifts. She has beautiful handwriting. Wow, okay, here we go. The 2022 signature planner. Wow, it looks so beautiful. I did get a linen cover and it has 2022 embossed on the side, Hemlock and Oak, beautiful gold embossing. So let's go into the specifications. Inside is a 6.25 times 8.5 inch. Outside, here are the dimensions for the outside. Cover is an Italian-made rayon cloth, and the paper, 80 pound, 120 GSM paper, and it's 10% recycled. Total page count is 224 pages. So they did add a few more pages from last year. So here we go. Let's take a look. Okay. I'm glad they kept the same logo. I love how Tia always sends out surveys, trying to get our opinions on colors for the covers, logos. I mean, she really knows her clientele. She knows her customers. And it's just awesome to see how the company's evolved. So let's go in. The paper is very smooth. I love this paper. We have this quote: "The mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground." Talk about a very impactful opening quote. If that's not a symbol for what we've all been going through in the past year, I mean, this is just very apt. This planner belongs to, you can write your name. If found, please contact. Here we have the index. There is a how-to guide, self-reflection, introspection, personal values, mindset reframing, goal creation, attainable habits, my ideal day, important 2022 planning, overview, holidays, and then we go into the months. And then we have 2022 reflection, looking ahead, self-care directory. Ooh, that's new. I'm excited. Media directory, wish list, bucket list, notes. I am loving these new categories. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. I really like that. That's very, very thoughtful. And this planner definitely emphasizes self-care. And I like that in a planner. I like when it tells me to take care of myself, because sometimes if you don't have those daily, weekly reminders, you forget about it. So it has an awesome how-to guide. So put your technology away, grab a cup of tea, and find a quiet and cozy spot to write. Happy planning. Okay, self-reflection. So this is very similar to last year. Take some time to reflect on key memories in your life. What moments made you feel content? What moments in your life made you feel proud? What moments in your life have you felt fulfilled or satisfied? What moments in your life were filled with positive progress or change? If you've ever done power sheets, it asks very similar questions. When you're reflecting back, thinking back on your life, what really pops out to you? What actually matters? Sometimes when we're going through so much, we think it might be the next promotion, or it might be the next milestone in life that will make you feel happy. But sometimes as you're doing these writing, reflection, journaling exercises, you realize it's actually the little things, the little triumphs that make you feel happy, and how to surround yourself with more of that. So I like that this is kind of mini power sheets in the beginning, to really get those creative juices flowing of how you want your year to be. Close your eyes. What does your ideal life look like? What do you see, smell, hear, touch, and taste in your ideal life? I feel like you can almost draw something here. The pages are wider than last year. Yeah. And what character traits does your ideal self have? If you were listening to a conversation about yourself, what would you want to hear about your ideal self? And I love that they put some values on here, so you can just instantly read the list, and there will be certain things that pop out to the user. I love this. So many options, all very beautiful words that you can just brainstorm with. Personal values. Write 10 to 15 of your most important core values. And choose a paragraph that embodies your most important values. I love that. Set a reminder, come back if you need to. Ooh, mindset reframing. So this is one of the favorite pages in this book for me. Negative thought reframed. If you've ever done therapy, this can be a very interesting exercise. That might echo some of the learnings from therapy. Now, sometimes we think thoughts are the absolute truths because it's just coming and going all the time, and we just follow the thoughts. But sometimes if we reframe them, it can be very helpful in moving forward. So I'm excited to dig into these pages. It's definitely going to be a lot of digging, which I like. So goal creation. Goal. What values does this goal support? I love that. Like, why are we doing this goal? What ideal self wants this goal? Why do you want this goal? What does it support? We need some value-based goal planning. Sometimes when we do goals, it's always for like the next big thing, but it's nice to know that it aligns with your life so you can keep going with it. How will you get there? Milestones. Always break goals down into small steps. That's goal planning 101. What habits do you need to achieve these goals? Oh boy. Really, goals do come down to daily habits because we do habits all the time, every single day. So it depends on how to make that conducive. I loved reading the book Atomic Habits last year. Probably will have to reread it for the new year to give me that extra push of motivation. Ooh, define what you want so that you see it as a memory, not a dream. Love it. Okay, we have 4 goal planning pages. Oh, interesting. Attainable habits. Okay, so we have habit, cue, why, specifics, reward. Okay. For those who are into the habit planning world, I love that it's broken down like this. So for every habit, you have a cue. So a cue is something that kind of prompts you for that habit. So if you say, I want to meditate, the prompt will probably be, after a cup of tea, I will sit and meditate. If you already have a cup of tea or coffee every day, then that will be a really interesting or apt cue to just bring forward. Why is this habit important? What are the specifics? And reward. I'm loving this type of detail into a habit. Habits make our goals. It really does. If my goal is to be athletic, which I probably won't, but you know, if my goal is to exercise, let's say that, then I would have to break down the habits instead of just talking about goals. So we have 4 habit pages. Love this. My ideal day. Ooh, I like that it's separated in the middle. So I'll probably do like a weekday ideal day, you know, something that's actually happening. I can't just say, oh, no work, nothing, you know, just something that's a normal happy day. And then my ideal day would probably, I mean, this one might be like a special occasion or, you know, something bigger, fancier I might do on this side. But either way, lots of space for you to write however you want. Write down any important information you need to have on hand. I like this. I need to write down, you know, special things I need to remember, maybe throughout the year. 2022 planning. So we have 4 pages broken down into the year. I like that each week lines up with the grid on this week. So you can easily just do an arrow and say, I'm doing this week. Or if you're going on a trip in August, you can highlight it and then write the trip right here. And it lines up perfectly. I love that. You can also write your focus. This is new, a little focus box. And you have an overview. It's always good to see an overview, just in case people are like, oh, I'm having a wedding, November 2022. And then you can go up in there and just take a look of where it is, how to set it up. It's always good to have a 2022 overview in a planner. So I do like that. Oh, did you know you can use a yearly planner on the left as a mood tracker? You can designate different colors and mark it. I'm not really into mood tracking. causes a lot of pressure for me because, you know, you have to plan your day, then you have to go back here, then you have to color it. But for those who are trying to track their moods for a certain month, I do like that it lays everything out, and you can just kind of use maybe like a mild liner and just put a circle where you need it. They have holidays for Canada. This is a Canada-based company, and holidays for the US, which I also appreciate. Something that I've been looking for is Lunar New Year. A lot of planners did not have this, and it just makes me happy to see Lunar New Year as one of the holidays. So we are now entering the monthlies. So let's see. You can see it does open. It does lay flat, but there is a little bit of a lift. I don't think it would affect how you write because you can just write like this, but I mean, it lays much more flat than it did as years past. Let me just try to move to the middle. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I have to say, this is really what I want from a planner, something that lays flat. They've fixed the binding from last year. Last year, you really needed to like bend and flex the spine before it will lay flat. They've definitely worked some magic. I love it. There's some ribbons. Beautiful, beautiful gold, beige, and cream ribbons. Love it. Let's go back. Okay. January 2022, what can you do to get closer to your goals this month? What personal values will you focus on? And list 3 small positive ways you can carve out time for self-care. And 1 habit to track for 30 days. Monthly calendar. It's very spacious. I do like how spacious it is. So let me get my ruler so you can see. So it's about 1.5 inches wide and 1.2 or 1.1 inches lengthwise. So it is much more spacious lengthwise. I love to use this as a gratitude monthly calendar. So each day I just write 1 sentence. Doesn't even have to be gratitude. Sometimes I just write what happened that day, or one thing that stands out, and I just write that, and it captures a really nice monthly snapshot. So it starts December 27th. We have a overview of the month right here with the box of the week you're on, which I really like. This is similar to the Hobonichi cousin in that it has a little snapshot on the weeklies. You have a blank space. You can write your focus. You can write the weather. You can write a reminder. You can write an affirmation or just the word of the day. Anything that really prompts the day. I love that there's a space. When I was doing one of Yoga with Adrienne's monthly challenges, I just wrote the adjective that captured that day, which is really fun. She uses really fun adjectives, so I like to do a little calligraphy on there. Just whatever you want. I like that there's always extra space. Goals for the week. Values. This is interesting that they put values every single week. So you're thinking back, like, what values do I want to embody or bring forward this week? I love that. Life is just not all about goals, to-do lists, goals, nonstop things like that. It's also about values, which I think speak to a different part of you. So you kind of have to slow down. As soon as someone says values, it kind of shifts your brain a bit and you think, oh, what are my values this week, right? Yeah, so it brings forward a different part of focus for the week. Priorities. Of course, you want the priorities to somehow match goals and values, but sometimes I just write a to-do list here. And there's some extra space down here. I do think the space seems a little wider than last year's. like a 1.75. I love how beautifully simple it is. It has the light grid in the background. You can match up exactly what you're writing. So if you have a 30-minute mark, you can just write that there, which I really like. It's a little different than the Hobonichi. The Hobonichi cousin, the line matches with the middle of the number. So like over here, it matches, each number has its own box. So it's just how you plan your day, but I love that it goes from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and they have a little heart here. This is really for self-care. So if your self-care is TV with your friends, stationary time, just relaxing, doing some yoga, you can write that here just as a daily reminder. Any kind of self-care, really, yeah, whatever you define as self-care. Then on the bottom, I think you can do whatever you want. You can decorate, which is how I've been using it on the bottom. I love to decorate as a stress reliever. It's a good creative outlet that doesn't require too much from me, such as drawing or calligraphy. You're just kind of sticking washi on, which is really fun. But you can also do a really nice daily to-do list. You can put a bullet here, and you can definitely write down at least 2 or 3 tasks that are pretty intensive if you didn't want to write it in the timeline. So we have January, so similar spreads. Week 1, I like that there's this on the bottom in case you just want a quick snapshot of finding where the weeks are. You can just look here or look by the week. And let's see. January review. Ooh, this is new, and I had actually emailed them asking for a monthly review or reflection section because that's something I really missed from the Passion Planner, to contemplate on my month before going forward to the next month. And I'm so happy they added it. So thank you so much, Hemlock and Oak team, for always trying to improve the planner. I'm excited. List 3 positive things that happened this month. Even recognizing small things increases your sense of well-being. What gave you energy this month and what drained you? I like that it's not all hoorah, positivity. You know, sometimes things can be very, very difficult. And I think it is important to capture that. So you can see that things were difficult. You've made it through the month. And even in the midst of that, there were certain things that you were grateful or positively reflecting about. Write down a lesson, thought, or growth moment that you want to take away from this month. I think this would be a awesome, what did you learn about this month? Or what did you get from this month that surprised you? Something like that I think would be a great space. And this is a lot of writing space, which I like. And January memories and memos. Ooh, memories to treasury and guardian of all things. This could be a really cool place to put pictures of the month. Maybe I should order a little printable camera or a like those small printers that can photo printer. I think that would be cool. And now we're going into February, so same thing, planning for the new month, and then into the monthly spread. Also, each month has a self-care challenge that you can look at, but it's also very subtle in that it's a very faint light gray, so you don't have to feel like it's yelling at you. I don't like when planners use really dark fonts sometimes, just because I want to make my planner my own, and sometimes if the template is too rigid and the contrast is so sharp, you can't really even cover it with washi tape. You would have to, really double washi tape it. But this is nice, so I can see it and use it, or I cannot. And I like that flexibility. It doesn't make you feel bad if you don't do something or you don't write it. Some months you just are not up for it, and that's okay too. Okay. So it's more or less the same for every month. The paper quality is beautiful, so smooth. I wouldn't say it has that much tooth to it, which I like. I like smoother papers. I've used all types of pens on this. I don't have fountain pens, so unfortunately I can't compare it for fountain pens, but I've used mild liners, the Tombow dual brush pens, Muji pens, the calligraphy pens, the Fudenosuke pens, Sharpie X Gel. I've used this one. Yeah, I've used all types of pens on it and it's been great. Washi also holds up really well on it. You could easily peel and replace a washi, no problems with that. That's important to me. So really beautiful planner. I mean, you can tell this is high quality, it's thoughtful, you write all, I mean, maybe you find something quickly. I think the bottom right is perfect for it. Each page is numbered and it's not overwhelming. You don't get overwhelmed looking at it. You're not thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to fill out a planner. Will I ever get around to it? And then it becomes too overwhelming, so you stop using it. I think this is just the perfect blend. This is one of my favorite planners. I'm excited to bring this into my lineup for 2022. Let's see. Let's see what's at the end. Okay. December review, 2022 reflection. Create a list of 5 or 10 memories where you felt fulfilled, excited, challenged, or satisfied. Review your value statement. How have your values changed? How have you grown in the past 12 months? I like that they acknowledge values can change. Certain periods of your life, you value different things. It's not like it's that value suddenly disappears when you move on to the next chapter, but sometimes other values come to the forefront. Just depending on where you are in life. And I think that's okay. It doesn't mean you're losing a part of yourself or you're not who you used to be and that's not good. You know, it's just things are impermanent and we just take it day by day. So I like that they acknowledge that. List 5 people or things you're especially grateful for in the last 12 months. And looking ahead, what is one action you could take in 2023? Oh boy, reading out these years it's giving me a lot of, makes me feel a little nervous. I'm still living like in 2020. So what action could you take in 2023 that helps you fulfill one of your values? How could you show how could you show love towards your friends, family, or partner in the future? If there's one thing you can make happen in the next 12 months, what would it be? And then you list 10 things that you want to make happen by next year. I like that. Self-care directory. Oh yes, they actually did have this. I think they called it habits instead, but I like that they changed it to self-care directory. So something quick, something that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's all about improving your sense of well-being. So I really like that. Media, ooh, keep track of books, movies, podcasts that you want to read. And wish list, what you want and cost. Bucket list, oh, I like that. A bucket list has more certainty than a wish list, and it focuses on experience. That's true. It's been a while since I've come up with a bucket list. And some beautiful gridded note pages. Let's see how many note pages are there. Starts at 114. 114 to 223. So about 10. The dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had brewed. What a beautiful, well-made planner. They really fixed the spine on this based on last year. Last year it did lay flat, but this year it laid even more flat. Last year, as I said, you had to really flex it. Look at this. This is a true lay flat planner. And it's hardcover. It's well made, linen, 3 ribbons for whatever tracking you need. And I'm just very impressed. I'm very impressed with this company. I'm impressed with their values as an eco-conscious planner company, making really thoughtful stationery. So I want everyone to experience this planner. They give out a free PDF of the entire planner online, which is awesome if you can't afford it. The pricing is reasonable and the shipping is actually not too bad into the US if you live in the US from Canada. So I recommend this planner. I think it's an awesome weekly planner. I do also have a daily planner that I like to switch in and out of because sometimes I need really extensive to-do lists. But for a weekly planner, I think this one is truly hard to beat, especially if you're entering a new phase in your life where you're trying to just keep track of self-care, planning, goals. I think this is an awesome, well-made planner that reminds me a little bit of Hobonichi, but if you don't like that Tomoe River paper, this is 80-pound, 120 GSM paper. So there's really no see-through. So if that's the part that bothered you, I would recommend this. And also, if you don't need daily pages and you just wanted the weekly, I think this fills a great gap as well. So thank you for letting me introduce the Hemlock and Oak planner. I hope to show you how I'll be using it, and in my next video I can do a compare and contrast of last year's Hemlock and Oak planner. So until next time, thank you.